Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to yet another episode of So You're Interested In, the show where I break down an artist's discography in order to give you, the viewer, the best possible jumping off point in order to get into that artist. And on this week we will be combing through the catalog of the criminally underrated dark wave outfit, Cold Cave. Mainly based in LA, Cold Cave is the creation of Wesley Eisbold, a former hardcore singer turned electronic musician. He was actually drawn to the idea of electronic music because he was actually born without a left hand, making it a little bit more difficult for him with other instruments. Much of Cold Cave's influences are worn on their sleeves, as they are predominantly a product of Joy Division, New Order, and other post-punk dance punk bands in the 80s. This is nothing to scoff at, however, because Eisbold has found his own groove that is certainly worth checking out. As always, I'll be going over 2 albums and 3 individual tracks that I think you should be listening to if you want to get into Cold Cave. Let's do some albums. The first album from Cold Cave that you need to listen to is their 2011 LP, Cherish the Light Years. This is a collection of some of Cold Cave's best synth pop tunes, culminating in a wondrous listen for new fans. Opening the album up, The Great Pan Is Dead is a cathartic release of bursting synths and belting vocals. It feels borderline intense, like the climax of a romantic sci-fi blockbuster. And in some ways it feels very much of its time, but that just adds to its charm. Next up is Confetti. Unlike The Great Pan Is Dead, this song does not feel like a glimpse into the past. Rather, it fills you with wonder and excitement for the future. The synth chord progression and driving beat are wondrous, molding this song into a bona fide pop hit. Finally, you should lend your ears to Icons of Summer. Definitely less lighthearted than Confetti, Icons of Summer is a nod to the magnificent work of bands like New Order, just with a modern twist. The chaotic noises and various blips and bleeps add texture to the track as well as the overarching insanity. All in all, Cherish the Light Years is a perfect example of the sonic grounds that Cold Cave are able to cover. Go give it a listen. The next album you should hear from Cold Cave is the deluxe edition of their debut record, Love Comes Close. While this album is not as polished as any of their other records, Love Comes Close shows the stark transition from Eisbold's hardcore days to his new venture into synth pop and darkwave. Kicking things off, the title track, Love Comes Close, is actually probably the most polished song on the record. It is a little rough around the edges, especially telling with the vocals and guitars, but with that being said, it is still as good of a synth pop single as any because it is danceable and catchy. Next up, we have The Trees Grew Emotions and Died. Honestly, on a first listen, I would have thought that it was an early LCD Sound System track or something along those lines. The cadence of the instrumental and this semi-awkward vocal rhythm make this an incredibly interesting song. And last but certainly not least, we have Theme from Tomorrowland. What can I say besides the fact that the title of this song sounds exactly like how this song sounds? I think that was one of the most redundant things I've ever said, but it makes sense to me. The vocal mixing isn't perfect, but the drum machine feels sublime, complementing the seemingly conflicted synth chords. Love Comes Close is far from my favorite Cold Cave album, but I do think that it is a great introduction to new listeners as it really shows off their roots. Yes, you are correct. It is track time. The first track to check out from Cold Cave is A Little Death to Laugh, which comes off their 2014 LP, Full Cold Moon. This track is eerie in its nature, feeling like it could be the perfect Halloween party song. The stringy synths and pulsating bass drives A Little Death to Laugh straight past the idea of synth pop and right into darkwave. Honestly, this is my favorite Cold Cave song, so I really think you should give it a listen because I think that you'll like it. The next track to check out from Cold Cave is the 2018 tune Glory, which comes off of the You and Me and Infinity EP. Oozing with New Order influences, this is a synth pop masterpiece just bursting with extraterrestrial sounds. Eisbold's vocals complement the newer orchestral instrumental, echoing against this beautiful palette of noises. This is for sure one of the easiest Cold Cave tracks to lose yourself in, so make sure you listen to Glory. Finally, we have their latest single, Waving Hands. This track has a much more dance punk vibe to it, straying away from the more lighthearted synth pop sound that Cold Cave are known for. The bubbly bass bounces across the track, consistently pounding the song into a rhythm that not only encourages but screams at you to dance. Waving Hands is some of the best production and mixing in comparison to any of Cold Cave's songs to date. This is absolutely worth a listen. And that is all that I have on Cold Cave for you. Make sure to go out there, go listen to some of their music, hopefully you'll enjoy it. And if you did enjoy it, leave me a comment below and let me know what songs or albums you really dug. Even if you hated it, let me know. Tell me to go pound sand or something like that. But please make sure to subscribe for more videos just like this every single Wednesday, along with Forever Spinning, which is just basically a video history essay on classic albums. Still working on some new video ideas, so I'm sure that they'll be coming out shortly. And yeah, that's all that I got. Wear a mask, listen to some music real loud, and make sure you call your mom. Let your mom know that you love her. See ya. See you next time.